Welcome back. If you're new around here, my name is Ellie and welcome to Small and Strong. Before you watch this video, I would recommend watching my Why I'm Not Going Back to Drama School video, which I'll have in the iCard above, because that is what this is linked to. As you can probably tell by the title of this video, I spoke to my old drama school. Now, I didn't think I'd ever say that. I didn't think I would speak to them. I didn't think the opportunity would arise. It's not something that I saw for the future, but I'm really happy that it's happened and it was very constructive and I'm going to tell you guys about it. I went to drama school when I was 16, I was there for 2 years and then I did another year at a different drama school, but I had quite a few troubles when I was at drama school and it wasn't the smoothest ride it could have been. That was partly my fault, partly the school. It was very much, it just wasn't the right time, the right situation. Things just weren't lining up for either of us at the time, and I think that part of me now is able to look back on that experience and think I was fortunate to have that experience because I'm able to help change things in the future, and that's what our conversation was about. I don't actually know if they saw the video. I imagine they did because they brought some things up from it, but in our conversation they were very much understanding of where I was coming from and I was able to see their point of view, and I went into the meeting with a few points of things that could be done differently in the future and ways that I could help them from what I'd learned, and I let them know obviously that I know I played a big part in things not going the right way because my attitude was so, I just want to do everything, I don't want to think about my disability, driving it forwards, I'm not sitting anything out, I won't be told, I'm just doing it all. And they were very aware of that. They obviously remembered me, it's not been that long and it was quite a close-knit school anyway, so everyone knew about pretty much everything. But recently they did a thing on Instagram where they were talking about past students and what they were doing. But they spoke about what I do with young epilepsy and how I raise awareness of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And I was very shocked to see that on their social media. It brought me back, and I didn't realise that I was carrying trauma from that time, but I was, and it was weird. When I saw that on their Instagram, I called my friend and I was like, what's going on? I was like, oh my god. So I took a few days because I didn't know what to say. Part of me was like, do I ask them to take it down? Do I have a conversation with them, or do I just leave it and avoid that grief for myself and just let the world be? But I came to the conclusion after a few days that I felt morally obligated to say something because I didn't have the best time when I was at the school, and I felt like I could make the times better for people in the future because of what I've learned. Sort of fortunately, unfortunately, something happened in the post where there was a wrong spelling of something and they wanted to apologise, so they emailed me and were like, can we have a conversation? And I was like, yeah, sure. So they apologised for spelling the thing wrong. Honestly, mistakes happen, fine. I didn't even notice the mistake myself when I was reading it. But it brought up an opportunity for me to say, look, I'm really proud of the school, I'm proud of where I come from, where I've trained, and I know and you know that the time I had at the school wasn't the best and that there's opportunities to learn and grow from it. And I was like, if you guys want to have that conversation, then I'm here, I'm happy to have it with you and I'm ready. And honestly, I wasn't expecting to hear back. I just wasn't. And they did. They got back to me the next day and they were like, yep, let's set up a Zoom meeting, let's have a Zoom and talk about it. And I was really pleased that they said that because, as I said, I wasn't expecting it. So it was really nice to know. But then, from then I was like, oh my god, I'm actually doing it. I was so scared. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk. I don't know if I'm going to have anything to say. So I set about thinking about my time at the school, things that I personally struggled with, things that could have made my time easier that I've seen at other schools or that I've heard that other people have had support-wise. And I just wrote a list of things that I think they could do to sort of help students in the future and that would have helped me. And we had the Zoom call, we started it, and there was a new member of staff, so I sort of explained my time there with them. And then there were staff who knew me, obviously, because everyone sort of knew each other at the school. And we just had a conversation. We spoke about what my time was like at the school. We spoke about a few of the things that had happened, some of the things the member of staff who knew me was learning about for the first time, and some they weren't. And it was a really good conversation when we sat down. I spoke about my experience first, as I've said, and then I said to them, I have actually got some suggestions of things, I hope you don't mind. And they were really happy to listen, and it was very much a two-way conversation. So as I was going through my list of suggestions, just things like communication with teachers and certain ways to do things, they were like, yep, that's put in place now, that's changed since you've been here. And it was really great to see how a lot of things have been made a lot easier. And some of my suggestions were fresh and they hadn't heard, and that was nice too, because they can take that, they can discuss it in their own time and get back to me in the future. I'm not going to delve too deep into the conversation because I just think it's not necessarily completely my business to say what they are doing or aren't doing and how they're going to change in the future, and I trust them to take it forward and hopefully change with what I've suggested, and if it doesn't work for them, then it doesn't work for them. But in that moment, for them to listen to me was really nice, and they could obviously tell it was a hard conversation for me to be having, because it was bringing up a lot from my past that like I just sort of blocked out and hadn't, like, I tried not to think about. But obviously having that conversation brought it back, and like they could see that like it was definitely like I had to sacrifice something to have this conversation with them. Like, as much as it was a positive, it was definitely a difficult thing to do for me that I didn't think I would be able to do or I would ever want to do, but I'm really happy that I did. So since we've had that conversation, they've updated their disability policy, and I got emailed a copy of that, and again it was read through it, please let us know any thoughts, feelings, just get back to us about it. And I did, I had a good read through, I was impressed by a lot of it, and then there were a few things that I was like, let's change that, change the wording of that, let's do that a bit differently, how are you going to change that for the future? And honestly, I'm just really hopeful. I'm really hopeful for the future of drama schools and of disability representation in theatre and film and TV, all of it. I'm just really hopeful that it is going to get better and the world is going to become that much more inclusive. And I'm happy to have played my part in that. And I don't know how much I'll be involved in the future, but for now I'm at peace with what I've said with the school that I went to, and I fully support them, and in the future I will be supporting them in everything they do. They're about to do a show, and obviously I'm going to watch it. I've got friends and stuff in it, and yeah, it was definitely an experience that I've now put to bed and I'm at peace with. That's all I've got to say on that topic. As I've said, I don't want to dive too deep into anything. I just want to trust, let go and believe that the future is going to be great. So that is all I've got to say, and I will see you in the next video.